Yo, my name's The Gracious and I watch TV and film for a living. And as a proud South African, it only makes sense that I kick it off with my favorite local film of all time, The Academy, award-winning.
Tsotsi.
The film kicks off with Tsotsi's gang, Bucha and Diap shooting up some dice while Boston watches and Tsotsi aura farms at the door. They then ask him what they're about to get into and they leave. They wind up at the train station and they start scouting. They finally spot the victim and they follow him inside the train. They surround him and the old man is smiling at first and then he realizes he's cooked. He tries making a sound so Butcher stabs him. They run his pockets and eventually they leave him for dead. Yeah, now they're back in the township at a local shebeen and Boston gets wasted and starts whiling. He's obviously feeling guilty and he's clearly not built for this life. He starts antagonizing Tsotsi and by the mention of his family, he snaps and bits the brakes out of him. He runs out in the rain and we get flashbacks of him as a kid. He winds up in the suburbs and he hijacks a random woman at her gate. And when she tries to chase after him, he then shoots her and runs off. He gets away scot-free until he contemplates, but he eventually decides to take the baby and then abandon the car. And the cops find the car stripped with no sign of the baby. Tsotsi wakes up the following morning and struggles with the baby, but then he eventually finds a way. He later heads out for another job at the train station, but he winds up disrupting a poor old man's peace. Back at the shack the following morning, and I think this man forgot he was a father now. He looks out his window and he gets an idea. Let me hold this poor lady at gunpoint and force her to feed my baby. Meanwhile, the cops get a sketch of Tsotsi. We get more flashbacks of Tsotsi as a kid with his sick mom and seemingly abusive dad. He runs away from home to go live in the pipes. The baby goes to his old home for a visit and then back to another feeding session. He leaves the baby this time to reconcile with his friends, reminding Boston how far they've come. They go out for another job, which is at the baby's old house, and Tsotsi is just there to steal baby supplies. They quickly get distracted and this man, John, manages to switch on the alarm. Ucha tries to do what he does best, but Tsotsi comes from behind and kills him instead. He escapes with Diab and they sell the car. But Diab cuts ties with him on some "you beat Boston to a pulp and now you've killed Butcher. That means I'm next." He returns to the nice lady Miriam with some money, but she refuses it on some "I know what you did. Just take the baby back or at least let me raise it." And he refuses. He backtracks on some "if I take the baby back, can I still come back to see you?" And she smiles at him. He finally finds the courage to apologize to Boston, who, forgives him. They finally snitch on him the next morning, but only to find bruised up Boston at his shack. He's back at the train station with the baby, making amends for his previous mistakes. It looks like he's finally taking the baby back to its old home. He rings the bell, and while he's still cradling the baby, he is swamped and surrounded by police. John manages to calm the situation down and he tells the cops to lower their guns. He safely retrieves the baby from a visibly distraught Tsotsi. The baby is back home and it looks like Tsotsi's going to prison. Yeah, man. Goated film in my opinion, based on a novel by Arthur Fugard. Tsotsi starts off as this young, hardcore, remorseless gangster who's incapable of showing human emotion, which makes sense since he was practically raised in the streets and had to fight to survive every day. Being with that baby changed his life though, because it gave him purpose and forced him to confront his childhood traumas, which led to him realizing that he's human with real emotions and feelings. So yeah, thank you for making it this far in the video. Let me know what you think in the comments and don't forget to subscribe.